Hey YouTube, what's going on? Jim here, Further 73. Smoking some Peter Stokeby. Luxury English? Yeah, luxury English. Not quite as good as the proper English, but not bad. Cool summer afternoon here in the Midwest. I believe it's 83 degrees outside. Of course, you can see I'm back in the shade, so it's a good bit cooler than that. No humidity, which is nice. Humidity finally broke. So anyway, back to the housekeeping. I am smoking this Eric Nording freehand that was gifted to me by Stutter, Cynthia and Susan last year. I really haven't smoked this thing enough to do it justice. I decided to get on this afternoon and shoot a video, and I was out in the shop when the urge hit. So I looked around to see what I had out in the shop, and I found this in its bag laying on the bench. So looks like a good hermit style pipe out here in the woods, hiding from the world. Getting really close on the pipes. Matter of fact, later in the video, I'm going to show off the progress on my latest batch of pipes and reveal where at least 2 of those are going to go. Still waiting to hear back on the other retailer for final confirmation before I let that one out, but it's getting close, so that's coming up in this video. I've moved in out of the woods and back up to the house. Sitting here on the deck in the shade of my umbrella, enjoying the sunshine. What a beautiful day. You just don't get days like this in the middle of July in Indiana. So as promised, update on the pipes. Got them right here. First up, I'll show you the ones that I've got nearly finished for the as yet to be unnamed retailer. Start off, got this nice little nose warmer poker, really deep craggy rustication, nice pre-carbonized bowl. It's sort of a maroon red color. Kind of hard to see it in the light that I've got here. It's got a purple Cumberland stem, and I don't think it's really showing up too well here on the video, but in the sunlight it's a really nice complement. The 2 colors look nice together. So that's one of them. Then I've got a traditional smooth billiard, saddle stem, 7/8 bowl. Ah, I dropped it on the table. That's not cool. Anyway, there she is. 7/8 bowl, about 1.25 inches deep, 1.5 inches. See down in there, pre-carbonized again. A nice billiard shape, nice and symmetrical. Pretty happy with the way this one turned out. Nice ebonite saddle stem, and you see there it's got the fishtail, about 15.5 millimeters wide on all of these pipes. A nice fishtail there for comfort. There you can see the slot work and the button work on that. All hand cut, all one piece. No Delrin. It's all one piece ebonite stem. Nice cross grain with some bird's eye on it. And then probably this next one's probably a toss-up for my favorite the entire bunch, is this little stacked billiard. It's not really a pencil shank, it's more of a, I'd say like a group 3 size shank. 3/4 inch bowl, beveled top, beveled rim, stained mahogany. You can see it's a really nice, really deep, craggy rustication on that. Again, coated bowl, 3/4 inch bore, about 1.5 inches deep, and also fishtail stem again, about 15.5 millimeters wide. There's the button work, all hand cut. This one is German Cumberland. This, again, the lighting doesn't show it very well, but if you're familiar with the Dunhill Chestnut series, the Cumberland is exactly the same as what was used on those pipes, and the stain is a very near match. So if you're familiar with the Dunhill Cumberland, or chestnut finish rather, that'll give you an idea what this one looks like in person. But it's really got thin walls. It's got, in my opinion, really nice lines. Sometimes with the glare it's hard to get all that detail in there. But beautiful little pipe. Just love this. Hate to let this one go. Now the next two that I've got, one of them is definitely farther along than the other. One of them is ready for its final polish and engraving. The other one I've still got some work to do, so we'll start with that one. This is a briar bowl, black bamboo shank, and sand colored Cumberland stem with a sand colored ring, pre-coated bowl, and this will also have the 15 millimeter fishtail. See, it's still in rough form now, but a little more sanding on that, get that stem shaped, and it'll be ready. Take me another good couple of days worth of work there. This one and this next pipe will be going to the same place. And this is a 7/8 diameter bowl, smooth top, chubby squat Rhodesian. It's got a little, like a 2 or 3 degree cant to the bowl this way, and just a real slight bend in the stem. And this is it's another German Cumberland stem. These are all SEM ebonite in Cumberland. See, it's got a nice polish on it, and right there is where the engraving with my name and date will go. But nice red oxblood and black, deep rustication. Again, done that on all of these. I don't have a sandblaster, so all I can do is do the best rustication I can until I get a blaster. But again, fishtail bit, 15.5 millimeters wide, nice and thin, button work, hand slotted. So anyway, this pipe and this pipe, these two guys right here, will be available very soon. This one likely first. I'm going to ship it by itself, followed up by this one. These pipes will be available at thepipenook.com. So if you're not familiar with the Pipe Nook, check them out. It's a website down in Florida, I believe Lakeland, run by Eddie Gray, one of the YTPC's own. Eddie started his channel out just about the time I did, and our channels grew together at about the same rate, and I think we had a lot of the same following. And Eddie's gone one direction and I've gone the other. He started his own online business. He's got artisan pipes, and he's got some factory pipes. Everything's really budget minded. That's not to say low quality by any means. They're all good quality brands, good quality products. But I think what Eddie's goal was when he started it was to have a place where a new pipe smoker could go and spend a reasonable amount of money and get good value for the money spent, to have a good first experience getting into the hobby. And I've got to commend him on that, because his website's really great. It's not big, it's not real expansive, It's simple and easy to use, and he's got a nice selection for the newer pipe smoker. The other three pipes I've got, they'll go to a different retailer, and like I say, I'm waiting to hear back on a finalization with them, and then I'll get those shipped out. And once I got that finalized, I'll come back and let you know where they're going. But keep an eye on the Pipe Nook. You'll see my pipes. You'll see pipes from Tom Carell and a few other people, as well as Stanwell, Savinelli, Rossi, Missouri Meerschaum. Anyway, that's about all I've got. Something else I was going to touch on was the FDA. And I know if you're watching this, you're a part of the YouTube pipe community, whether it's a new member or an old member. But the big highlight of my year as a member of the YTPC and a pipe collector and a pipe maker is the Nashville Pipe Show. And I'm sure that if you've been following anybody else in the YouTube pipe community, you've seen the recent announcement that due to the pending FDA regulations, that nobody, including the FDA, fully understands or knows how they're going to implement or how it's going to impact us. The sponsors and vendors for the 2016 Nashville Pipe Show started to pull out because of the regulations and the uncertainty of how it was going to impact their methodology and the way they do business. So the Nashville Pipe Show has been canceled. So your number one, FDA. And let's see, they are talking about, as I understand it, doing a meetup that weekend for people that were already planning on being in Nashville for the show. You know, I'm sure there's a few people out there that have made travel arrangements that are non-refundable at this point. So don't know whether I'll make that or not. It's kind of a toss-up right now. I've got a good friend out in Boston, and we've been trading some messages back and forth, and I think when they start opening up the commercial flights from the US directly to Cuba in September, I think he and I are going to take a nice extended weekend down in Havana, take a look at the cigar industry and pick up some really good sticks and mingle with the people and see what's going on in Castro land. Hope that one works out. I'm really excited about that. And I'm thinking, you know, they don't open up flights until I think the 7th of September 2016. So the pipe show was towards the end of that month. So with any kind of luck at all, we'll be able to book something when I was planning on being off of work and away from home anyway. And I may just go to Cuba instead of Nashville. But if the Havana trip doesn't pan out, or comes earlier or later than that, I may still try to make the meetup. But I'll keep you guys informed. Really sucks what the FDA's done. I'm not going to let it impact me until they send me a cease and desist letter. I'll continue to make pipes and accessories. And I'm going to continue to do the best that I can do and make the best pipe I can make. And if they come down and tell me I gotta quit, well, then I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But I've got a feeling with the pending lawsuit asking for an injunction against the regulations that things are going to taper off and smooth out a little bit here in the near future, and we'll see what the final result is. If the injunction goes through, they could drag it out in the courts for a year or two. So we may have a slight reprieve on some of those regs. I'm certainly no expert on it. Just kind of speculating and relaying what I've read. So we'll see what happens. Regardless of how it shakes out, it's going to suck. It's never going to be the same again, I'm afraid. But can't fight the government, I guess. They've gotten themselves too big. Anyway, let's see, what else is going on? Got my batch of pipes about finished. Locked in with one retailer. Working on the second one. Just a typical summer here in the Midwest. I'm enjoying a lot of time with my kids this summer. That's been good. I had them for the last 3 weeks. Got them for a couple more before they go back to school. I think I'm going to try and get them up early in the morning and throw them in the car and not tell them where we're going. Head off to Indiana Beach for an afternoon of recreation in the sun. The weather's supposed to be phenomenal this weekend. So it'll be a nice surprise for them. It's not much of a park. Anybody that's from west central Indiana or, you know, maybe even southern Michigan and Illinois, I'm sure you've heard of it, you're aware of it. It's not really a huge park, but it's been there for almost 100 years. And a lot of local company picnics used to take place there when I was a kid, and it's kind of neat to be able to share the amusement park that was close by that I liked to play at when I was a kid and share with my own kids. So I think we'll be doing that tomorrow. Putting the final polish on the pipes either this evening or tomorrow. I'll try and get those shipped out either first thing Saturday or first thing Monday. And then get started on the next batch. Keep going. Make more pipes. Enjoy good tobacco and everybody's videos. I think I'm going to cut it off here.